What is up, peeps? Welcome back to the channel. Some breaking news out there revolving all the recent kick drama, which we already have a full video on this channel breaking down, as a former employee known as Melissa has alleged the company of a variety of things ongoing in their office space before she took leave from the company just a few weeks or so ago. It was some serious stuff being said, ranging from the use of the hard R word or the N word in the office space, amongst other things I won't dive into. The focus of today's video was a severe allegation that apparently Kick staff had approached a female streamer who was recently diagnosed with cancer on the basis that they could actually offer her a steak deal or a lesser deal because she would maybe need the money given her diagnosis and the possibility of her dying, which obviously a very sensitive topic here, guys. People note a streamer like Kyedae because it is a rarity to see a prominent streamer, luckily, and let alone a female streamer to announce these things. In recent memory, it was someone like Kyedae with her announcement of this, and so people instantly thought it was her that they were referring to. But here's more about what Melissa had to say and her allegation towards Kick.
Went as far as to just consistently hearing the F slur, and not even just in jest, like as a joke. It was specifically, targeted towards people that it was supposed to discriminate against. Even so much as to walk past the socials room, the guys that run the, Kick streaming and Kick community, and hear the N-word just dropped. Hard R. And I'm like, what is this office? How? And they had the executive, like the upper management was in the room. I even remember seeing a couple of people in my team laughing because they were deliberately misgendering transgender streamers. There's a creator on Kick who got a contract through one of the bigger streamers. This creator has special needs, and we gave him a contract out of good faith and the fact that this bigger streamer was quite a fan of him. So when I asked about this streamer's contract renewal, he had a smirk on his face and goes, "I decimated his rate." And this was apparently fucking hilarious because everybody else in the room laughed. I said, well, what did you put it down to? And he proceeded to then brag about the fact that he got him on a below market cent rate for an English streamer. We were talking about the fact that they were trying to get a very beloved Twitch streamer over to Kick to stream steak as well. Just for context, this particular streamer had been publicly battling cancer recently. So they decided to utilize that in their strategy to get this person over. The conversation very quickly became quite sinister. The quote that I remember hearing was, "We can get her on Kick streaming steak for a relatively low price because she probably thinks she's going to die soon and she'll want to leave more money for her family." They don't care about pedophiles on the platform. Like this guy right here, I had to fight tooth and nail to get this guy off. This is something I went into detail in the other video, but yeah, fought so hard to get this guy off, and he told two 14-year-old girls that he wanted to do something sexual to them, and he even included their age in the proposition. I mean, if you haven't seen the video, it's so heinous, it's so wrong. And the fact that everyone there could watch it almost with a grin on their face. There were staff members who were defending it, saying that it was a joke. That was actually one of the first times I was like, I have to walk away. If this guy stays on the platform, I have to go. Child endangerment, like having children on the platform.
And in these stories, it's often hard when you have a potential. I'm not saying this is what it is, guys. We just simply don't know the full extent of the truth. When you have an employee who is no longer with a company, it's often tough to prove these allegations without hard proof. It's equally hard to refute them on Kick's side, which is certainly something they have tried to do. We've had some responses out there from Eddie, I believe Andrew as well, in terms of Kick staff responding to this, which is kind of a blanket denial of any of this being true, which again, I don't know why Melissa would make up this variety of things, but the community has kind of settled on whether it believes it or not. Like, are you surprised or not? Because you have Andrew saying, "I've spent time in the Kick offices and it doesn't reflect the Kick I know. Kick listens not only to the voices of our creators, but also to the hundreds of staff who work globally 24/7. We're committed to making Kick the best place for streaming in the world, going live." Melissa responded, "Andrew, you were in the office once in the past year. Are you seriously going to tell your audience that I didn't come to you about the socials room? I never sent you a message regarding the N-word situation, and you said you would take care of it. Never to speak of it again. Scroll up on Slack, and before you delete the messages, take a hard look at what I said, and then think about the people you are defending." And for the most part, when Andrew went live on stream, it was a lot of talk around. It just, in my opinion, it was a lot of fluff and not the specifics that I think a lot of people were very curious to hear about.
Some of the things that were said belittle the amazing work and amazing intentions that Eddie has put together and the staff that has come together over at Kick. And guys, they are cooking. They are 100% cooking. All right. So I just want to double down on that, right? Is that, none of these claims that were raised with our internal team. They were never raised with anyone in senior leadership. I mean, they were never ever brought up. Like, even when Eddie reached out to her on a tweet, like there was never that moment of like, here's a chance to say what it is that I got on my mind.
And the reason why it certainly may lean towards one side is not just the behavior we've often seen that is allowed on Kick, but it's mostly because we've now had Kyedae come forth with her own response and maybe aligning a bit with those initial accusations made by the former Kick employee Melissa, as Kyedae confirms she was at one point actually approached by Kick for a deal, and she did indeed shut it down. And also dropping some disses towards Kick as well. She does not think Melissa is lying about why they offered her, but she also says that platform is dying anyway.
Did Kyedae react to the X-Staff kick? No, bro, and I honestly don't care. People were asking me about it, but it's whatever. I got an offer from Kick and I declined it. I decided that morally I didn't really want to go over to Kick. And even if they did try to exploit me for my cancer,
so bad, bro.
It doesn't matter. I'm not gonna take it. I thought it was weird as fuck. I think it's weird to say, like, we can offer for cheaper rates.
Nothing to it.
How do they try to exploit her? I don't know. One of the Kick people said that I would go over to Kick for cheaper than normal because I have cancer and I think that I'm gonna die and I want to give my money to my family before I die. So they thought that they could get me for cheaper. That's apparently what was said. I don't know. I don't think there was anyone else publicly battling TC, I think. I'm not too bothered by it. It doesn't really matter, but because that platform is fucking dying. I'm pretty sure it's... I think it's true. I don't think she has, like... I don't think there's a point in her lying. You know what I mean? Well, honestly, I've heard so much worse about my illness that, like, it doesn't really bother me.
And this also comes just a day or so after XQC, obviously a Kick streamer, the biggest signee they have had to date, at least contractually speaking, and numbers speaking in that contract, the record-breaking supposed $100 million deal, or at least tens of millions of dollars. He himself even said, and it was kind of said, I think the headlines were a bit misleading for XQC, where they said he straight up said that Kick and Steak had never had direct contact, but from what he had heard is what he stated, Steak had no communication with her, and at least the Kick uppers did not, although he did not say that was 100% the case, that it could potentially be true that Kick and Steak did reach out to Kyedae.
We can get her on Kick streaming Steak for a relatively low price because she probably thinks she's going to die soon and she'll want to leave more money for her family. When I heard that, I actually was surprised. I looked up in surprise. And everybody else was sort of looking at this person that was speaking and just being like, yeah, that's true. Let's go with that. Like, I think we can get this person. And I remember getting really hot after that. Like, I just felt like I was in hell.
Guys are defending. Guys, I know all the details about all these things internally. I know them, but I've just given you something that was true, and you got mad at me. So I mean, like, do you want the truth, or do you want to just keep going and getting mad? I don't know. Do we want? We have two choices here. Okay. What I was told is that there's Steak absolutely never talked to her about any Gamba shit, not even once. And none at Kick either, from the higher ups. if somebody went out to get her to sue on Kick, shit, maybe, I don't know. We'll have to ask her. But I don't know.
Stick this. I had no intention to expose the
What if it's true? I mean, surely it has some sort of paper trail behind it, correct?
company. All like tooth.
Guys, Steak never had any communications with whoever it was. Was it Kyedae? Who was it? Was it confirmed? No comms at all for any gamma shit. That is a complete fabrication. Sorry, that's
to get this guy off.
So no matter where you fall on this, make sure to leave a comment down below. I just think the responses so far from Kick have not been at the length and detail I would expect with such severe accusations being made by a former employee. And the fact that Kyedae has now responded, it certainly does not help their case because, you know, she was at least approached for a deal. But then again, how you take that as well, Kyedae is still one of the biggest streamers out there, and especially one of the bigger female streamers too, for sure. It would also make sense for them to be reaching out regardless of what was allegedly said in the office space. Obviously, if that is true, though, that is one of the worst things a human could ever say. Like, let's just offer money to someone because they're facing a life-threatening disease is like absurd. And so I would hope that in such a serious allegation that Kick would take it a bit more seriously and provide what they can for us. And that's all you can ask. What do you guys think about this recent Kick drama? It has been up in flames lately, not just for Kick, but also for Twitch. These stories are just insane lately. It feels like both platforms are getting it from everybody, you know? What do you guys think about this one? Till next time, do me a favor, take care of yourselves, and we'll see you all back here sometime soon.